Hello YouTubers, my name is Axpact, and the Battlefield franchise is well known for having a couple cluster maps. Battlefield 3 had Metro, it had Bazaar, it had Send. Battlefield 4 had Metro, it had Lockers, and it had Guilin Peaks. This may be the cluster for Battlefield Hardline. This is bank job, 64-man Zerg style conquest. Now, one thing to know about the parking structure, only the top 2 floors allow you to be on burn. There's the 2 stairs and of course the really slow elevator, which is absolutely a death trap. I'm going to showcase a couple of the burn areas and some fights around that because the default tickets isn't really high enough for 64 people. These rounds would last anywhere between 5 to 6 minutes. So there you've got the parking garage area, and now we're moving into the bank vault area. Pay attention to the mini-map here as I'm about to choke on some lovely gas. And it's not so much the hurt, the pain that it brings, it's that you simply can't see shit unless you have a gas mask on, and I quickly forget that I can't shoot through that glass. So the vault area is the burn. It's the security room that you would use in Heist to open up these big gates. You can't two-hand smash those. And it's what's in front of the vault room. And where I'm at right here, and a little bit to my left, that connector that goes from the security room, the main vault area, and the room that I'm in as well. That's it. As I eat a shield to the face, trying to deke that guy into dropping his shield to play catch up. So very, very small burn area. So what's the size of this map? What's the playability? It's the entire Heist map, down to every little nook and cranny, with just a little bit of an extension on the backside over to my right. That's pretty much it. Can you burn on the rooftop? Nope. The vault's already been blown up from the top and the back by the restaurant, so you really don't have to mess around with that. It's just straight into the action. And again, notice how I'm not on the burn. You have to take time to open the vault from the inside or run around the spaghetti shop as I'm trying to run for my life in hipfire mode. Remember, I got that lucky taser. Get one off and get ready for the next wave and stay in hipfire. So this is an area that you really don't want to be stuck in, and it's hard to push into that cap space because you can just go through the vault opening. So here you see us contesting the parking garage once again, the top 2 floors. And remember, these cars are death traps. One grenade within 4 to 5 feet, the whole car goes boom. And if you're within 4 to 5 feet of that car, you're going to go boom as well and get a ton of screen shake. That's the one thing about Battlefield Hardline is the explosives have a very big blast radius, and they will make your screen shake quite a bit. So as you can see, I can kind of peek over looking into the bank area before I make my next push, crossing the road and making sure to clear off what's behind me. Now, these are your 3 flags. There's not 5, there's not 7, like some of the other Battlefield Conquest maps. It's just 3. How would this feel 32 man? Probably not as chaotic, but isn't that the point if you're going to be playing some meat grinder type servers? Wonder how many maps are going to be in Battlefield Hardline, which will just have this cluster, kind of like the old school Bazaar and Sens, with multiple layers of verticality, which are always good for bringing on the chaos, the lulls, and of course never ending in epic back rages as I hit the bars with my Molotov cocktail. That's one thing when you're playing Heist or you're playing this game mode. Which side is your spawn? Maybe you don't want those doors open. Maybe you do. If I'm a cop and I'm playing Heist, I most certainly want those doors open because that's the side my team's going to spawn from. And you don't have to worry about running all the way through on one of the roadsides and just basically flanking them. You can just run straight in and just get to the zone. So all this is a conquest capture point, and you can see how many people can cluster here very quickly. So now we're outside, more towards one of the Heist points, working from that C, and they've kind of made that more of a playable area. I know in Heist, when the bag drops there, or the bag needs to be dropped there, that's a pretty key area. Now the rooftop comes to play as well. As I'm quickly getting surrounded, there is fire everywhere, trying to stay alive and reload the taser. This has got to be hands down my favorite thing to use in Battlefield Hardline. I showcased it quite a bit. And that's me trying to strafe back into cover because you could hear the snap of the bolt action more than likely in the background as I'm going in for the tase and then get his little buddy who's sitting back as well. Not exactly PTFOing, just kind of trying to pinch. Not done with the taser quite yet. Hit him where it counts, and then on we go. So this entire bank editor, whether you're in the vault, by the vault, on top of the roof, is just hot, hot, hot. It's what I found most people gravitating towards the 2 or 3 or 4 rounds that I got in of this. The question is, will that change when this game releases and people figure out the pass and the flanks and the different lanes? More than likely, yes. And here's some C action, which I haven't shown. And look, you spawn in Spaghetti Eddies. And this is a lot more playable now. You've got all these planners and all these concrete barriers that people cannot shoot through, as more than likely that didn't go through because of a line of sight thing that kind of played Battlefield 4 for quite a while. Or they toned down the range. Maybe it's just the EpiPen. But I have had some pretty good revives with the defibs in Battlefield Hardline so far. So we're going to actually take one more crack here because we're going to get revived, and we're going to take a look back on C. Very easy to control this area from the rooftop. And, of course, the rooftop will help you control the parking garage as well. But nothing beats actually getting on these points and grinding it out as I carefully victory crawl away from a potential car bomb. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some 64-man Zerg-style conquest on Bank Job. My question is, will you enjoy this when it comes out? And are you hoping there are other meat grinder and cluster maps in Battlefield Hardline? Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.